Trump's arm behind his back and saying, you've got to regime change Iran. I think it came from the outside. I think it came from outside advisors and donors. Miriam Adelson, the widow of Sheldon Adelson, the gambling magnate. I think it came from Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox and the Wall Street Journal and New York Post, who called all the time demanding this. I think it was people outside. That's what I think. And I think there might also be other reasons that he did this. Joe Kent, who ran the National Counterterrorism Center, said out loud when he resigned, and he would know, that he believed the Butler shooting was connected to Trump's. They all support it. They support this war. Everybody's in favor of this stuff.
Do you believe that this has been an impeachable offense by the President of the United States? And if so, do you believe she had influence in these actions that we're seeing?
This is the one thing that Trump has done that he wanted to be impeached. The Nixon's trying to find the line. I'd be totally opposed to it. It doesn't make me anti-Congolese or anti-Liechtensteinian. I'm not a racist for thinking that. I'm an American who wants my lawmakers to vote on behalf of my country. Like, it's that simple. It's literally that simple. Everybody sees it, except the American media, which lies because it's controlled, and American lawmakers, politicians, who are paid to lie. But, like, it's like, it's so crazy. We expect it's manipulating markets now. Obviously, markets are being manipulated.
Tucker Carlson right here with Stephen H.
Ohio Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Reese Davis, David Collins, Jesse
somebody who's confessed to being full.
On the banks of the Olentangy River, the Horseshoe is one of the most iconic venues in all of sports. Over 100,000 people strong, the Ohio State Buckeyes might have the best home field advantage in all of college sports. These fans are ready to rock and showcase their Buckeyes this season. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Buckeyes will kick off first, and here we go.
What the fuck?
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Manning. Right down the middle. Almost had the completion. Just missed it. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like,
snagged it, and there's running room. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. And the Longhorns peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Arch is going to throw for it. He's got the back in the middle. Here's a little room there. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Arch Madness. Fires to the wideout. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. They're on the board first here in the season opener. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To adjust the pattern. Looking for a crease. It's Jackson. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Rides to the back.
Ooh.
Crosses the 45. Flying
Ooh.
down the right side.
He's going to get first.
The tag. Touchdown. Buckeye. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Forward. There's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets him a second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He holds one deep down the left side. They went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Arch to throw. Oh, they're after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot.
Catch the ball, bro.
That football, and it'll be 2nd down. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, they start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. Talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that top hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
It's been a tale of 2 drives from this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. 4th down, Manning. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a 1st down. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Using his legs, it's Jackson. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He might want another play. Motion from the back. Saying from the gun on third down. Throws toward the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the lone running back. At the 35, he's open. He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line, and the running game making its presence felt.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum. And this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, to be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into. And there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Manning to throw. Got his man. Open space at the 25. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Manning with a play fake. Working that left side now. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd.
What the fuck? What the hell, EA? Yo, bro, that shit crazy, bro. What the fuck? Damn, I can't. I'm gonna close the bitch out. I can't even do that. Yeah, hey, yeah. I'm about to goddamn reset this bitch. That's crazy.